What's going on, you guys? So, if you're in my situation where you don't have the key to your lug nut for your wheels, here's what I did that was fairly easy to remove them without the actual key. Um, Pretty much what you're going to need is a 12-point socket, deep socket, and find a size that barely fits just snug in there. And then you're pretty much gonna, well, first thing, you're gonna pull off the hubcap, the center cap off your wheel if you have one, if that applies to you. Then you find that deep 12-point socket for the impact. Put it over that key, and pretty much what you're gonna do is force it on there. Get a hammer and hammer it on just enough to where it grabs onto the socket, because you have to keep in mind, the deeper the socket goes into the key, the more you're gonna have to fight with it to knock it out of the socket. So just be mindful of that. There's the 12-point socket. Then you just tap it on the key. Once you have that socket on the key itself, you want to grab your impact or air gun, whatever you're using, and then you want to pull it out slowly. Don't go fast, because then you're going to be risking warping the stud. So just pull it out, slow, until it comes out all the way. If you can, do it by hand. Once it's loosened, just go ahead and do it by hand, because the socket might not be on there straight. And if you do it with the impact, it could possibly break off the stud or warp it. So just remove it slow. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all there is to it. The one other thing is just to get the key out of the socket. As you see, it will be stuck on it. If you're having a hard time, what I found to be useful is spray WD-40 on there, and then get like a screwdriver, flathead or Phillips, whatever you have, and then just put it in through the other end and hammer it out, and eventually it'll come out. And unfortunately for me, it did cost me a screwdriver, because I used one of those interchangeable screwdrivers. But if you use a regular screwdriver or some sort of punch, you shouldn't have that problem. As you'll see in a later clip here in this video, I damaged the top end, as you can see right here, of mine. But like I said, you shouldn't have that problem. And obviously, I didn't mind. It's much cheaper to do it yourself this way. You just got to be careful not to hit yourself with the hammer. But it's much cheaper than going to a tire shop and having them either drill it out or pretty much doing the same thing, when you can do it at home. But yeah, this is how I managed to get my wheel locks off. And there you have it, guys. Just like that, I was able to remove the keys. I did search for these, but I've never seen a shape like this. I looked for them online. I looked for them at tire shops, and nobody seemed to have this lock for this key. So for me, this was the only solution. So hopefully it helps you out too. It did cost me the screwdriver piece, but it was technically free. It came with the truck when I bought it, so not too bad. I'll just take off these little ends here and use those for another screwdriver or whatever. But yeah, this will be trash. If you guys were to use a regular screwdriver with the handle like this, then you guys should be all right.